Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tefia Debi. I'm a consultant psychiatrist and a psychologist. I do videos on mental health education and self-improvement tips. My goal is to help to demystify mental illness and provide you with tools that will help you be your best and live your best. A belief is defined as something that you accept as true without necessarily having evidence to support that. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a belief. It's just that sometimes some beliefs can be limiting. A famous clinical psychologist called Albert Ellis, over the many years of his clinical practice, observed that certain kind of beliefs, certain kind of things that people held as true, and some of them they were not even aware that these were the beliefs they were holding on to. But those beliefs were self-limiting and self-defeating. In this video, which is the first of a three-part video, we'll be talking about some of these self-defeating, limiting beliefs identified by Albert Ellis. The first limiting belief that identified by Albert Ellis, not necessarily in the particular order it was identified, is the need to be approved by everyone. These people are called people pleasers. So deep down inside, there is that desire, that need that everyone should approve of me. And this is how it plays out. So a people pleaser will often say yes to everyone and to everything. A people pleaser will go out of their way to go to certain events, even when they don't feel like going to those events. A people pleaser will lie just to fit in. A people pleaser will say things that they believe the other person really wants to hear from them. So, and this comes from a place of an aversion of being hurt to be disapproved. Now, this aversion may come from something that may have happened in your childhood growing up. It may be that maybe parents did not approve of you. You had a feeling that you were not approved. Maybe there was some form of emotional deprivation or whatever form of abuse, and that kind of leaves that individual with the need to be approved because there's a strong aversion to be disapproved. Now, what I will say is, if you identify this within yourself and identify I'm a people pleaser, then you really need to work on building your self-esteem and your self-respect. The second limiting belief is I must avoid being disliked by anyone. Just like the first one, it's still a people pleaser. Someone who has this kind of limiting belief may hang out with friends that clearly don't like them, may hang out in a relationship for far too long just because they want to avoid being disliked. That could be the driving force, not because really they are trying to be deceitful or anything like that. They may even buy gifts for these people that clearly don't like them, compliment them, try to have a conversation with people like that, and do all sorts of things just to not be disliked. This may be coming from a deep-seated belief of themselves that they are unkind, they are boring, they are not so likable, and therefore they are overcompensating to meet that need. So wanting to avoid being disliked, just like the first belief, is still a people pleaser. And you still just need to be conscious of it and build your self-esteem. I have a video on self-esteem, so you could look out, and I talked about 6 things you could do to work on your self-esteem. The third thing is I must succeed to be valuable. Now, we live in a time, and I don't think it's particular with this particular time that we live in, but man as a whole, we want to succeed, and that's a good thing. But this belief, this fundamental belief, when it drives you that I must succeed to be valuable. It will make you feel like if you do not succeed or you don't have valuables in your life, someone said that your value is not dependent on your valuables. So success at all costs, failure is a part of life. So even if you don't succeed, that does not take away your value. Another limiting belief is that it is not okay if I make mistakes. If I do make mistakes, then I'm a bad person. Now, this belief also can keep you bound in your comfort zone. It can keep you afraid to take initiatives because you are afraid to make mistakes. Now, understand this. These beliefs, they are shaped by life experiences or things that we have observed. Maybe we've been punished for making mistakes. We've been talked at as if we are a bad person because we made mistakes. I know I do it sometimes. I talk to, when people make mistakes around me, I sometimes make such remarks, but we're all working better and getting better at this. But the fact is this: do not hold yourself back with that belief, feeling like when you make mistakes, then you are a mistake. Like someone rightly said, the fact that you made a mistake does not make you a mistake. So do not be afraid. Step out of your comfort zone. Make those mistakes. Failure is a part of the journey to success. The fifth limiting belief is to feel or to assume that it's the job of other people to make you happy. They should be considerate. They should go out of their way to do things to please you. And when you have this kind of limiting belief, you find yourself being overly offended when people don't go out of their way to make you happy. So when they say certain things, you feel like you feel a sense of entitlement that they should not have said that. They should not have behaved that way. And you prioritize your own feelings and your own mood over whatever may be going on in their own lives. So understand this, that's a limiting belief, because sometimes there is a complexity of the dynamics in relationships. So sometimes the other person may not just be in that state where they say the right things, do the right things, or go out or feel the need to even go out of their way to make you happy. It's okay if they don't do that. It's just fine. On the 2 subsequent videos, I will conclude on the 14 self-defeating beliefs identified by Albert Ellis. Just in case you have not already subscribed, please do that. That way you don't get to miss out on any of the subsequent videos. Thank you.